Hi everybody, welcome to JoJo's Corner. Today I'm super excited to tell you guys about Anomaly by Krista McGee. Decades before Thalia's birth, the world was decimated by a nuclear war, but life continued deep underground thanks to a handful of scientists known as the 10. There, they created genetically engineered human beings who are free of emotions in the hope that war won't threaten the world again. Thalia is an anomaly, born with the ability to feel emotions and a sense of curiosity she can barely contain. She has survived so far by hiding her differences, but then her secret is discovered when she's overwhelmed by the emotion of an ancient piece of music. The 10 quickly schedule her annihilation, but her childhood friend Burke, a scientist being groomed by the 10, convinces them to postpone her death and study her instead. While in the scientist pod, Thalia and Burke form a dangerous alliance, one strictly forbidden by the constant surveillance. As her life ticks away, she hears rumors of someone called the Designer, someone even more powerful than the 10. What's more, the parts of her that have always been an anomaly could in fact be part of a much larger plan. And the parts of her that she has always guarded could be the answer she's been looking for all along. Thalia must sort out what to believe and who to trust before her time runs out. So, when I heard that prominent Christian YA fiction author Krista McGee was writing a dystopian series, I totally could not wait. I was super excited, and as a matter of fact, I put it on my most anticipated reads of 2013. And guys, after reading this book, I have to tell you, this book totally blew away any expectations that I had for it. I was absolutely delighted and thrilled and super excited, and it was everything that I dreamed it would be and even more. I have to say that if you are a fan of the Matched trilogy by Ali Condi, which is a New York Times bestseller dystopian series, do not miss Anomaly by Krista McGee. This book is sort of written in the same feel as that series to me. The writing style, the characters, yeah. So if you're a fan of that, then I would recommend that you absolutely do not miss this book. But to me, in my personal opinion, Anomaly has things that I think were lacking in the Matched trilogy. That being the whole faith factor. I think that Krista McGee has taken the dystopian genre to a whole nother level by including in the faith, the Christian factor. It totally adds to it, and it just makes it so much more and so much more meaningful. I absolutely loved main character Thalia. I thought that her just going against the grain, what is expected of her, having these questions, having these doubts, having these feelings that she's not supposed to be having. I mean, she immediately knows I'm an anomaly. There's something wrong with me. One night she's put in isolation, but she escapes and actually goes out of the perimeters of the area that she's supposed to remain in, and she witnesses something that makes her question everything that she has believed. She starts to see cracks in the system, and she starts to uncover lies that the scientists have been telling them, and she begins to follow her curiosity to know what is real, what isn't real, what's true, what's a lie. Who can I trust? What should I believe? She has feelings that the people in this society are not supposed to have. I absolutely, totally loved the fact that Krista McGee brought in something that I thought was so unique and so cool and so interesting, was the music aspect. The fact that Thalia is a musician in the particular pod that she lives in, and just the feelings that the music evoked in her. I know in one particular scene, the scientists bring her what they've uncovered, an ancient piece of music, and as she begins to play, the tears start coming, and she feels the emotion of the person who's written the music, and she begins to, it just unfolds a story within her and these questions, and she begins to sense that the great designer is trying to tell her something through the music. I just thought that was so beautiful and so unique and so creative on the author's part to include that in this story. Also, Thalia meets a character named John, and John is sort of an outside of the box type character. He's a lot like Thalia. He doesn't go with the flow of, and there's a lot in his backstory that you guys have to read about that I don't want to reveal in this video. But I just thought it was cool. I absolutely love that character, John, and even the name John. I couldn't help but think of John the Baptist in the Bible, who the Bible calls the voice of one crying in the wilderness. And that is so what this character was. It's just, it gives me chills to think about. It's such an awesome character. I love the way she started to present the truth to Thalia through this character. You guys have to read it for yourself. It is amazing. As I said, the faith factor in this book is just, it adds so much to I think the whole dystopian genre. And I think if there's someone that you know, a friend, someone in your life that is sort of on the fence about the whole faith thing and the whole God thing, and just not willing to look beyond their own bubble of life and say that, you know what, maybe there are some things that I don't know about. Maybe there is a creator. Maybe he does have a plan for my life. That is absolutely the message of this book. And I think that by giving them this book to read, it would just open up some questions that maybe a conversation can get started about faith, about God, about what's real and what isn't. Krista McGee absolutely did an amazing job of keeping me as a reader guessing. I sat down and read this book in practically one sitting. Could not stop reading it. I had to know what's going to happen next. What's real, what isn't. Is this particular thing that Thalia is experiencing right now, is this real, or is this something that the scientists have simulated for her? And so it really gets you to thinking about what you see and what you feel and what you touch, what's real, what isn't. And that brings in, again, the whole faith factor of what we don't see being real. And then, of course, Krista McGee brings in the romantic aspect in this book, the love story between Thalia and Burke, who is basically a childhood friend, and he is actually training to be one of the scientists. And the relationship that they have, the love that they have for one another, which supposedly they're not supposed to even be able to feel love in this society. And so the fact that they can, I just loved that. I loved the relationship between them. I thought it was so sweet and so just wonderful. I give Anomaly by Krista McGee 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely couldn't stop reading this book. I cannot wait. I cannot believe I have to wait a whole year for the second book. But I will wait with anticipation. And to the author, congratulations. This is an amazing book. You have stepped outside of the box of normally what you write. And I know that with that comes a lot of risks. But I have to say, you've done an amazing job. This is a wonderful book. This is absolutely one of my favorite reads of 2013. And I think there's going to be a lot of hype with this book. I think that it's going to be just one of those well-loved series. And do not miss it. Do not miss Anomaly. From JoJo's Corner, until next time, happy reading. Bye, everybody.